Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. I'm going to work on Rachel's challenge. Roxy's weekly challenge is the name of the challenge today, and I believe it's week 13. I'm pretty sure it's week 13, but it will be in the title and or description box, so let's get on with it. So Rachel was making kind of a mixed media ephemera. So collaged, painted, stamped ephemera. So you could choose whether it's tags or journal cards or pockets or whatever. So I have already collaged up a couple of book pages with some neutral scraps, and I have also backed them with neutral scraps. Tried to keep it not quite so busy on the back because this will be the writing side. But on this side, I have got them ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work a bit back to front. I'm going to do the painting of these ones, and then I'm going to bring over a third book page and collage that up. So hopefully these will dry in between. That's the theory anyway. So I do need to grab out just something to pop underneath to catch, maybe two. So I've got something to clean my brush on. So I am using house paints, acrylic house paints, and this one needs mixing, and I can't shake it or I risk the lid sort of flying off or leaking or something, because it's just a yogurt bottle. No, baking powder actually. I've never bought baking powder in this style of container. The top's all dusty and dirty. That's okay, it's been sitting in my porch for a while. So I'm just going to take a popsicle stick and give this one a stir. The other two that I've grabbed out I have shaken because they're in cream bottles. And Rachel said the best thing here is to use light colours. So I thought I've grabbed this pink, which I think is quite pretty, if you can see that. I've grabbed a creamy white and a blue. The blue might be a bit dark, but we'll see. I mean, there's no rules. If you want to go darker paint, go darker paint. But Rachel said light colours, and she did light colours. Stirring paint. It's akin to watching paint dry, isn't it, really? Not terribly exciting so far, but it's kind of important to do that. So it is a pretty colour. Now it does look quite opaque, and I do want to create sort of a almost wash effect, so that you still see the colours of the various colours, textures, whatever, of the various papers behind. Right, where am I going to stick my stick? It's just the I don't know if that tickled you, but that tickled me. Stick my stick. Yep, I said it on camera. Right, so I've got a yogurt bottle lid here, which I'm just going to scoop some out onto. It should be plenty. And I'm going to mix some water with it. Oops, I'm dripping it across my desk. Let's see if we can delicately pour a little bit. Now I've got cat hair and all sorts of stuff in the water. Oops, that's probably a little much, but never mind. Give it a wee mix in. Just trying to thin it down so it's not so thick and opaque. Oops, perhaps might have needed a bigger surface for a palette, but never mind. Let's give it a test. Yep, I think that's going to work well. Oops, we don't want the paint goober there though. Okay. And when Rachel did this, she cut it up into what she wanted, tags or what have you. I am just going to cover the whole thing in paint, and then I will cut it up, and then I'll do the stamping. And I'm not wanting to cover it perfectly. No, that's not the purpose of this. I just want to get some colour on. And I think I want to go on with two colours. So I think that's actually really nice. Oops a daisy, I did it again, sorry guys. I'm forever forgetting. Although I did remember yesterday when I was videoing, I remembered to turn my alarm off, but completely forgot about it this morning. Right, so pop that one there for a moment, grab this one, and I think I'll just do them the same colours. That'll be fine using the same colours. Sort of a baby pink, isn't it, this one? So I've used all sorts of paper types for the collage, from grocery bags to other paper bags to packing paper to scrap soft book pages, some note paper, unlined note paper, just all sorts, whatever I had in my scrap bag. So it's a good way to use up your scraps too. Right, and let's go blue. Okay, this one's quite a bit thinner, but we'll see how it is opacity wise. Oops, getting dry paint crumbs. Maybe if I open it over top of a bit of paper so I can tip the paper into the rubbish bin. Yep, nice and crusty bits. Right, yes, this is very thin. So probably going to get a bit of mixing going on here between the pink and the blue, but that's all good. Right, let's give this a test. I don't know that I'm going to need to water it down. Oh, surprisingly, it is quite opaque. So let's make it a bit more translucent. Try not to add quite so much water this time because it's already thin. We'll see how that goes. Give it a mix. And I've still got pink on my brush, so it's going to change the colour slightly as well. It's actually going to lighten it, I think, and turn it sort of slightly purple, which is absolutely fine by me. In fact, I might add even more pink, maybe. Give that a test run. That's better. It is quite dark though. Oops, where's my... Don't want to rinse off my brush and my coffee. Or my glass jug, which is actually one I use in the kitchen for baking and stuff, so I don't really want to put my painty water in that. Right, I'm going to mix some of this pink in there to lighten this down a bit more. I have got the white there. I could add some white. Actually, I really like the brush marks that are happening. I think they're kind of groovy. And I'm brushing some pink over top of it. I had to light the fire before I started the video because I was feeling so cold. It's like, yeah, it might warm up this afternoon, but in the meantime my nose is going to be dripping and my hands are going to be freezing. And that didn't sound so much fun, so I thought, no, I'm going to light the fire. And then it was being difficult and took me forever to get it going. Right, that's probably a bit darker than I anticipated, but it's actually okay. I still love the look of it. Oops. Putting it over to the side to dry. And see if I can grab even more of this pink to lighten the blue. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah. So just random, just smushing it on wherever I feel like it. And I may have to go in places and fix where the glue's lifting because of the wetness of the paint. That's all good too. Right, I think I want some more pink over top of that. Blend it out a little bit. Just because I like playing. It's fun playing with paint. Whoops, don't go over there because that's on my craft mat. Right, there we go. I'm calling that done. Okay. So I'm just going to put the lids on my paints for now. We may not paint up the third one, we'll see, but we'll do the collage while these dry anyway. Tip all those dried up paint crumbs. Move this somewhere. Right, so let's do the collage. Nothing like doing a bit of back to front crafting, is there? Okay, so I've got a pile of scraps here, and I'm just going to start collaging up. So this is painter's masking paper, which I haven't actually used for a while. I kind of forgot about it because I've put it away in a drawer. The drawer's beside me, but because it's not like banging against my chair every 5 seconds, which is what it was doing where I had it originally, I forget about it. So, you know, there's something to be said for things that are hanging around you and annoying you because they're constantly reminding you that they're there, and then you use them or you get rid of them if that's not something you actually want. Whereas my roll of masking paper has been forgotten for a good wee while. So it's nice to find some bits in my scraps and remind me that I've got it. Rachel, when she did this, used not straight edges, but straighter edges. I like the torn edges, the odd shapes. I think it's fun. So you do whatever style floats your boat, rocks your world. In other words, whatever you prefer. So, hope everyone is having a fabulous day. I'm having to record ahead for days out, and I am so far not achieving the amount of videoing that I need to get done, which is a bit sad, but I'll get there. It just means I'm going to have a super busy day today recording. Today is Tuesday. This will be airing on Thursday, I believe. And I've still got 2 other videos I need to do today. So that's what I'll be doing today. I hope your day is wonderful, whatever it finds you doing. I don't mind doing so many videos in a day. It just means that the other days I can relax because I know they're all done, all taken care of and scheduled. So it may seem crazy, but it works out in the end because I get to relax for those few days that I've pre-recorded for without worrying. And just making sure that everything posts when it's supposed to, and then doing the social media posts. Sometimes I schedule my social media posts, but mostly I don't. If I'm going to be away from home, like actually staying away from home, like on holiday or something, I'll schedule them. but if I'm at home or if I'm only out for a day and then home at night, I just do it manually. I find it just as quick and easy to do that, because otherwise if I'm scheduling, I forget what I've done, what I haven't done, what's happening on what day. I actually find it quite a pain. Quite a pain. Right, this here is a bit of turmeric paper, which I will never bother doing again because I hate the residue of the turmeric. And if I want yellow, I'm just going to use food colouring or something else that gives yellow. Not a fan of the turmeric dyeing. I probably use too much turmeric, but never mind. I just don't care for it. So why put myself through that? Somebody else can do the turmeric. Same with cabbage. Somebody else can do the cabbage. Not my thing. I love eco dyeing. I love natural dyeing. But cabbage and turmeric, no. Not for me. I don't like the smell of the cabbage and I don't like the texture of the turmeric. Right, strip of coffee dyed here. Up in that little patch. It's way bigger than what I need for the patch that needs covering, but it's all about layering. Cool. Okay. That's got a grease spot on there from whatever it came from, so we'll take that off because we don't want that on our ephemera. Very rough tearing here. Must have been some sort of food bag, I think, with that grease spot. I'll often rip around bits, rip out the bits that are contaminated and just keep the good bits, even if they've been screwed up like this bit has. I think that's just fun. Oops, dropping bits of paper. This is a different brown paper, so we'll put a piece of that. I'm just going to cut it. Sorry for reaching under the camera. You should be used to that by now if you watch my videos. It's just the natural side I'm used to gluing on, and I've tried switching and it just doesn't work for me. Occasionally I might do it, but I always revert back to doing it on my left side because it's just what I'm used to. All sorts of fluff stuck to everything. Oh, I've got little fragments of paper stuck to my fingers too. So I do have some good news. If you watched my last video, which will be tomorrow's video, Wednesday's video, in my time, in your time it will be yesterday's video. I was talking about our driveway and whether the council would pay to have the slope on our driveway reconcreted, because the guys recommended it, but we can't afford to have it done. So we've heard back today that the council are paying for it. So, like, isn't that cool? I am super happy about that because it really does need doing, and they're going to do it for us. So super happy. It's not often you get some good news like that. So yeah, my husband and I are quite thrilled. I don't know how that's going to impact us in terms of Thursday when they do the concreting or when they dig it out. They haven't dug it out yet. I don't imagine they'll just do over top. I don't know. maybe they will. I imagine they'll do a good job. Otherwise there would seem little point in actually doing it if they're not going to do it properly. But yeah, we'll see. We'll just go with it. Whatever happens, it's a bonus for us. Actually, I think I will paint this one up. One, because I've got some paint left over on my little lid over there. And two, it will give extra time for the other two to dry. So I probably should wait till the glue dries on this, because the paint could lift the paper. But I'm not going to wait. I'm just getting rid of this gluey page. And on this one, I will back it later. I won't do that right now. Just going to trim up the edges a little bit. It'll just give that glue an extra little bit of time to dry. Fraction more of a second or something. Okay, so let's grab, there's my painty sheets. So I need a painty sheet back again. Grab my paintbrush out of the water. Naughty girl, I left it sitting in the water. That's a bit of a no-no for your paintbrushes, because most brushes are glued into the holder, the piece that holds them, and if you leave them sitting in water, it starts to dissolve the glue, and that's why you end up, I mean, cheap quality brushes will lose bristles anyway, but they're better quality. If you leave them sitting in water, eventually they'll start losing bristles because the glue has deteriorated with sitting in water. It's one of those things I learnt, oh, that's quite dark, from a friend, an artist friend, because I did not know that. Where to put my stick again? It's a bit darker than what I wanted. Oh well, never mind, just going to go for it. It's going to be mostly blue, this one, I think, because I haven't got much pink left on my... I mean, you could paint the whole thing if you wanted. You could totally do that. This is not going to be very vintagey, is it? With this blue. Oops, that was quite a heavy. Little hints of pink in there. I'm painting very messily, as you can tell. Slap, slap, smush, smush. Okay, there we go. So we've still got more paint on our little palette there. Right, just clean off my brush. This is one of my favourite brushes to use, so I should look after it. It's been well used already, and it's since I've had it. Here we go. Call that good for now. Okay, so pop that one aside to dry, and let's check. Sorry, just grabbing out my stamps so I can put my paper down. Right, Rachel was using botanical stamps, and I don't actually have much in the way of large botanical stamps. Like these flowers here, probably the largest I've got, which aren't going to be that big for these things, these ephemera pieces. Right, let's just take some of the paint off that so I can get rid of it out of my way. I should be wiping it off on one of my sheets, shouldn't I? But never mind. Just going to use a wet wipe as well, because I'm going to lives in my stationery holder on my desk, and I want to pop it back there out of my way, but I don't want to transfer paint to everything. So just taking a moment to clean it up. and popping it back there as I reach under the camera yet again. Okay, right, that can go in the rubbish. Okay, just going to tidy up a wee bit here. It's going to give my paint a little bit longer to dry as well while I do this. So just put these back into my bag of scraps. Right, here we go. And how are we doing on the drying stakes? Oh, that's pretty good actually. This one was the closest to the fire. So let's decide what we would like. I'm going to do a little bit of trimming up there, here and there. I've got a bit of overhang going on. It's not too bad. I do have an odd spot where the paper's lifting. I'll deal with that as we go along. Right, so grab my craft knife out and decide how I want to cut it up. So I think a nice sized journal card to start with. Maybe there. That can be a journal card, and then shall we make 2 tags out of this? Oops. Take all that time to line it up, and then you move it when you're about to cut it. It's like, ah. Oops, that didn't go all the way through. Let's tempt fate and just follow the line here. There we go. Okay, one's bigger than the other. It's all good. Right, this one feels pretty dry. Some of the paper is bubbling a little bit, but that's okay. Right, so I think I want this end to be a tag. And do 2 larger tags. I could actually get 2 journal cards going this way. I think they'll be slightly narrower, but it won't matter. Or they could be tags, like either or. Just randomly cutting up. What you get will depend on the size of the book page you use, obviously. And then just cut them into whatever size you would like. So there's the backs. They look quite cool, don't they? I'm quite happy with those. All writable. Nice. Right. So let's look at stamping. Right. Do I corner round? Do I risk it? They may be a little damp yet, so maybe I'll resist and wait. I need some ink, of course. Let's grab that out. What colour would I like? I'm thinking black. Rachel used brown, but I think I'm going to use black, and I'll need a block. Yep, I think that's all good. So none of these stamps are large enough to make like... In fact, I'm going to use more than one colour ink. I'm going to use some coffee. Yes, coffee, I think. And I'm going to do some background stamping, I think. Just because I'm going to do some script. Little bits of script here and there. This doesn't fit on the block, but that's fine, it doesn't need to. And I will need a page under here. That one's still wet, so we won't use that one. Let's grab this, just a scrap bit of paper that's been printed on. Coffee, use the right one, dear. Dump, 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 dump. So this is going to be a journal card, so I'm going to do it this way round. Cool. Okay, this one, I think I might make this one a tag actually. And I've got the stamp upside down, so it's obviously going to go this way. I never know which way's up this stamp is, because it's very, very tiny and I can't read it. It's a lovely stamp though. It's just one off AliExpress. There we go. Just a lovely little subtle bit in the background. Let's do them all. I don't mind if they've all got the same script in the background. Have I still got it upside down? I think I do. So I think it goes that way, I think. I'm just more or less doing around the edges, and then whatever falls in the middle is fine. So I just want hints of it here and there. And last one. Oh, I should have thought about which way I was stamping it. Maybe I'll stamp it in different directions. Why not? Can do anything we like. Here we go. Baby wipe, that's what I was looking for. Clean off. So just any scripty stamp. Alright, try and put it back the right way up so that next time I grab it, I might have half a chance of getting it the right way up. Right, okay, so let's grab this one back, and this is a journal card. We do need to give it a trim down because it's got a slightly raggedy edge. That's better, and fix up this little bit where the paper's lifting. Good bit of tacky glue, and it's not going to go anywhere. That is now stuck. Okay, so what stamp would we like to pop on this? Waiting for inspiration to hit me. Maybe this one. This is Rosie's Studio, and it's called Flourish, and it's carnations. Come on, come off of there. So it goes that way, I think, or does it go that way? It goes that way. Okay. I'm glad they print the design on the acetate with the stamps so that you can work out which way round it's supposed to go. Oops, inking up my thumb. And hopefully it stamps okay. There's a couple of air bubbles under the stamp, between the stamp and the block, so I'm just going to carefully lift it up and press it in, because I would prefer a nice image. There we go, that wasn't too bad at all. Okay, sorry, I should have put the baby wipe on the other side of me. I'm a bit of a ding-dong today. Right, can I perhaps add this other one to it? One away. Yep, let's pop that one down there. Yep. And we want this third one, you know, because 3 is always a good number. Oh. So I want to not ink the bottom of the stamp. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink the whole thing and then wipe off the bottom of the stem. Like so. What about the leaves? No, I think the leaves will be okay. Just be a slight overlap, which is all good. And so this is one way, if you don't have a big enough stamp, is you can build a scene using different stamps. In this case from the same set, but they don't need to be from the same set. There we go. So we've got our little cluster of carnations. And then this set also comes with a stamp with the word beautiful. And I think that's a great one to use. Get rid of the cat fur though. Let's pop that down the bottom. Like so. Right, do I need something up in this corner? You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking a stamp, as in a postage stamp. Let's see if we can find one that we like. That's kind of nice. Oops, I'm running out of room here. Let's just tear down some of this paper. Yep, I like that. I do want to ink it up though. It's a bit bright. So let's just dirty it up. Like so. We could even put 2 stamps. ink it up and see what it looks like. I'm going right onto the stamp, onto the white edges to dull those down a little bit. Oh yes, I like that. Cool, let's put those on. I am going to use tacky glue for these, just because that paint's not 100% dry. Like, it's dry enough, but I don't want glue stick to come adrift because of it being slightly damp. So we'll just go straight for the tacky glue. Oops, put it on the right way round, dear. Like that. Yep, that fills that gap now. Now I do have not a postmark stamp, but I've got something similar somewhere. Where is the question? Let's have a wee look in my bin. That's another option for a botanical. Sorry, I'm muttering, aren't I? Must remember I am on camera. Somewhere here. You tell me it's not in this bin. Sorry, I know you can't see it. There's another option as well. And that one. See, I'm finding other options for the botanicals. And it's not what I'm looking for. It's not there. Got one more place to look. Bear with me. I thought I was organised and had grabbed out everything I need. But you know how it goes. Oh, that's another option. Oh, it's a big one though, so I'm going to put it to the side. Ah, and that one. See, now I'm finding heaps of stuff. Ah, and that one. Yep, I forget about these bigger ones because they're in a different area. And I don't feel like that one today. Well, they could be cute. Oh, it's bugging me now. Where are my posties type stamps gone? Have I already got them out? That would be right, wouldn't it? I'm just going to put these stamps away out of my way because I think maybe that's clouding things for me. No, I don't. Oh, that's annoying. I don't know where those stamps have gone. Oh well. I want a little postmarks type stamp, so I'll have to look at doing that later. Sorry about that. Spent all that time looking and then came up empty-handed. So I am going to round the corners on this. It's nice and dry now by the feel of it. So my punch went through it no problem, which is always a good thing. And I'm going to ink it up. Oops, need a bit more ink on my sponge, I think. I'm tempted to go in and add a bit of colour to those flowers. I don't know what I'd do it with though. Maybe Posca pen if I could control it well enough, because they're quite fine details. Not sure, or maybe it's just better. Rachel just stamped hers and left them in the ink colour. I think I risk messing it up if I do anything, because it's actually quite lovely as it is. I do want a postage mark stamp when I can find it. Anyway, let's go on. How are we going for time? Oh yeah, we haven't got a lot of time, so maybe we'll do a tag now. Let's work on this little one. But these I found while I was looking for, yes, these would be a beautiful size. Do we want the grass or the dandelions? I think the dandelions. Let's go dandelions. These wee stamps are again from AliExpress. Just because that's within my budget. Well, they were, not anymore. Actually, I'll just leave that on acetate, I think. It'll be good. I think I want to trim the bottom too. The paper's lifting, but it's also not quite to the edge. So there's some white or creamy colour showing. I would leave because I'm going to ink anyway, but because the paper's lifting, I'll just hit both of those by trimming it down. Cute, 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 cute. Right, let's trim off that bottom a little bit. Just a smidge. I'm just eyeballing it, so hopefully it's straight. And cut it into a tag shape. Ink it up. There's a little bit of white down there too, but inking that up will help with that. That's cute. I like that. Would like a word on it as well. Could use beautiful as well. Let's go beautiful on this one as well, but let's do it in a different colour. So let's do it in a darker blue. So this is Cobalt from Ranger. Just right across the stems. Cool. Okay, and let's put a hole in it. Don't have to put a hole in it, but I'm going to. And put some tulle through it, which I need to grab down. And what colour would we like? I haven't got blue tulle. Maybe the dark brown. Yes, I think because we've got the coffee coloured ink, I think that works. So I'm going to cut a reasonably wide strip. It's about 1.25 inches, I guess, or 1.5 inches, probably 1.5 inches. And I'm going to cut that in two. Now the hardest part is poking it through the hole. It's not too hard, just create a bit of a bunch point to poke through. And then I'm going to tie it and I'm going to tie it in a knot. It will stay as is, just with the one time round, but I'm going to knot it because it's a very thin knot anyway. Yeah, I'm just going to trim off these a little bit, give them an angle, and there we go. That's super cute. Do I want anything up here? Could do a wee label actually. Do I want to stamp a label instead of grabbing out a label? Let's just put this one. Why not? Get rid of that piece of tulle off my desk, otherwise I'm going to end up... Where's my block gone? Ah, here it is. It's trouble with the see-through block, you lose it. Okay, do we want to go blue again? I think we'll go blue again to match the beautiful word on the bottom. There we go. That one's done. Right, we go get that from over here. Right, we're almost at time. Have we got, can we quickly do one more? Let's have a look at this one. So this one was going to be a journal card. Let's quickly round the corners. Oops, or not quickly. Punch is not being as nice on this one, annoyingly. Just when you're trying to do something in a hurry is when things start playing up, isn't it? Oops. We'll just ignore that I chomped into the corner a little bit with my scissors. And let's hide it with some ink. Honestly, I know I've done it, but nobody's actually going to take any notice that I slightly gave the corner a funny little dink. It's what makes it handmade, you know, all those little imperfections. They are a true sign of something being handmade. Rid of those crumbs. Okay, so what are we going to put on this one? That is the question. Let's have a look at these ones I grabbed out. Got another carnation here, quite a good size one. Or we could, oh, I like the bird. Let's go with the bird. Bird on a branch. And it doesn't quite fit on my block, but we'll make do. Back to the black. Please stamp nicely for me. Slide it off and give a press. It's very dodgy doing this, like it can go so pear-shaped very, very easily. Ah, lovely. Got a great result though, so it's all good. Okay, so that's our birdie. Right, definitely want something up here. What words have we got? How about, do we want amazing, incredible, or awesome? That bird stamp is off a magazine. I don't know what magazine. It's an old one. These are Rosie's Studio Welcome to Paradise, which is another old set. Let's go Awesome, just because I like the A. Do it in black, I think. Want it down here. Let's go down here. Go Awesome. Right, I'm thinking label. So let me grab my labels and get this down, and then we'll do a recap of what we've got done, and that'll be the video. So looking at colours, colours might be no, totally wrong colour. Oh, that's cute. It's got a little blue teapot which ties in with the blue in the background. So this label is from 9 of Crones on Etsy. Use the tacky glue again, I think. There we go. That one is done. Did I ink the back? Yes, I inked the back. So we have 1, 2, 3 bases to do. Is that all we had? I thought we had more than that. Oh well, three bases to do. We have done 3 that are complete, apart from wanting to put a postmark stamp on this one. So these are the ones that are still to do. And then we've got our other one that still needs backing, which has got a bit more blue, darker blue on it, that we is ready to cut up and make into ephemera. So there we go. There's my version of Roxy's weekly challenge for week 13, I think. Pretty sure it's 13. Fun. I really enjoyed this. Fun to throw a bit of paint around, do a bit of stamping, and have some pretty ephemera at the end of it. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. And I'll catch you again soon. Bye for now.